SummerSlam, 1988, August 29th, Madison Square Garden. The attendance was 20,000 people. Crazy it's on that number, exactly 20,000.
Yeah, so
Um,
even.
yeah. The tagline for this was where the mega powers meet the mega bucks. So, and also I didn't catch on to that until the main event. It didn't hit me until Mega Bucks is like, oh, he's rich. I get it now. I was like, they kind of just copied each other's names, but just changed it a little bit. But yeah, this is the ninth episode of the podcast. Next week will
Oh,
be
nice.
10th Survivor Series, I assume, right? Yeah. Um,
Yeah, I believe so.
and yeah, what we were talking about, or you told me to remind you about the four things. Should you,
Okay, well, now that we have the big four, it was what I was referring to. But so, okay, where should I start here? I'm sorry, I had a whole starting point for this, and then I've lost it.
will it spoil anything, or do you want to say? You want
No,
to say
no,
it
no,
to
no,
me?
no, no. Okay, so all right, so Survivor Series. Last year we had the first one of those, right?
Yep, 97.
Okay, well, that was created by Vince McMahon to air on the same day as the signature of like the big event for NWA, Starcade. It was on the same day, and then they beat them in the ratings, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So they then decided that they were going to air the Royal Rumble on the USA Network for free on the same day as the Crockett pay-per-view Bunkhouse Stampede. Not only this, but Crockett made the Clash of Champions event, and he aired that on the same night as WrestleMania, and then WrestleMania won the ratings on that one. So not long after that, Jim Crockett will sell Jim Crockett Promotions to Ted Turner, and it will be rebranded as World Championship Wrestling. WCW is on the horizon, Landon.
Right now, it's in his beginning stage.
So by the time we get to Survivor Series, WCW will have put out, I believe, their first pay-per-view event. Not pay-per-view, but their first like event. And I think it's the Clash of Champions 2. And then their first like major event will be Starcade in December. But by the time we get to Survivor Series, we will have WCW officially existing.
That's crazy. So we're about to
And
see people start leaving, right? And like
yes,
jumping ship.
because Ted Turner is here to do to compete, and he's got the checkbook to back himself up. So a lot of stars that you think are gonna for that you were thinking, oh, I can't wait to see more of this guy, and maybe like they should do more with this guy. Well, they might be offered more money to go do to go do fuck all somewhere else. For example, I do know Ricky Steamboat winds up in WCW because I remember he had some really good matches with Steve Austin in early '90s. But here we go. We got the big four, and they're just in time because the competition's on the way.
That's crazy. And would you say that some of the WCW uh pay-per-views outperformed WWE's in the early?
It depends what you're looking for because WWE is like, so they don't consider themselves wrestling. They're entertainment, and wrestling is just what they use for the entertainment. Whereas WCW is going to be a wrestling company. That's what they're claiming to be. That's what their product is. They're not so much leaning on the pageantry as much as they are on the actual like sport aspect of wrestling. Um, so if you're looking for match quality, you're probably gonna get better served in WCW. But if you're wanting like
Storylines
shit,
and
like
stuff.
yeah, well, storylines that are a little more involved and a little more complicated than he wants that belt, and sometimes he wants that belt is enough, but sometimes it's not, especially when it's up and down the card. We need, the friendship of Hogan and Andre deteriorating the way it did. You need shit like that. Um, Not to say WCW doesn't do it, they just don't put as much emphasis on it. So you're not gonna see a show with 50,000 celebrities and like Liberace coming out to dance to the main event of Starcade while
Aw,
Vanna White is chased down by whoever,
Bob
you're probably
Uecker.
not going to see stuff like that until like I don't think they get celebrity involved obviously, and eventually they will kind of start to defer away when you get to the NWO era and stuff. They'll start to put a little less emphasis on the wrestling itself and a lot more on just going fucking insane. So I feel with WCW coming up, we might have to consider taking some side trips, maybe checking out that first Starcade or something, and like seeing who all has jumped ship immediately, and come check on WCW every once in a while, and just to compare it to the product that WWE's putting out.
My mom, growing up, never watched WWF. She was full WCW.
It was the same for my mom, except she was a NWA. Like she didn't really. I think she stopped watching wrestling around the time that this happened. So
Gotcha. Yeah, because my sister, she was born in the '90s, and she loved, loved, loved wrestling. So, but yeah, we can get back to SummerSlam. I definitely agree, though. It would be cool to see the first Starcade and see who like the Mutineers were and who wanted that paycheck and wanted to be the mid card at WCW instead of WWF.
yeah, who turned down millionaire mid card spots in WCW to be better, better on a better platform for WWF, on
Hmm.
a bigger role,
Yeah.
getting to be higher up the card is what I'm trying to say. I'm stumbling a lot here.
Would you? I was gonna say, do you think that's like modern day now with people leaving for like AEW to like perform in front of 8,000 people instead of like 17,000 people WWE has right now?
I mean, I'm sure it's like a case by case thing. Just sometimes people want to prove that they can be a top guy, so that's why they'll leave WWE for less money to be on in a bigger spot on on another show or something like that. Not not to say less money all the time, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
sometimes like leaving for a W or an AEW or a TNA that is in need of maybe a WWE level, a guy with WWE level like notoriety and like mainstream attention, I guess, or at least like more people know who they are than you're just whatever your typical AEW audience member is.
Yeah, no, I get you. I understand that. But yeah, SummerSlam. What'd you think about this intro? I feel like I was watching a Top Gun from
I felt like I took a hit of acid. I was not sure what was going on. I was trippy as fuck.
Yeah. It was very weird. They were showing like some kind of like mountains in the back, I think, and it was just like very weird pictures and everything. And then they started showing like still by still pictures and blinking lights of the main event, everyone who's in it, and it was just like, what is going on here?
Yeah, best I can tell is Randy Savage was attacked 1,000 times until he recruited Hulk Hogan to help him.
Yeah, basically, yeah, until he called him out.
Like,
Yeah.
until he called the guy that was actively feuding with Andre and Ted DiBiase anyway to come and help him.
I didn't think he was gonna pick him.
Well, I mean, as we find out, he had the answer beside him the entire fucking time.
Yeah.
That's not spoiling, it's foreshadowing.
Also, they said WWF, what the world was watching. Did you notice that at the
I
beginning?
did notice that.
Yeah, when they did their logo. But yeah, we start out. We have a different team on the commentators, but it's for a good reason. Not a good reason for me to appreciate, but it was okay. We
Yeah,
have
I'm fine with it. I could have I didn't hate it. I didn't think it was bad.
I did at one point. But we have Gorilla Monsoon and Superstar Billy Graham.
Yeah, Billy Graham, who is it just sounds like somebody doing a impression of Dusty Rhodes trying to do an impression of Hulk Hogan, which made for a really interesting voice.
And the reason why is because
Oh
Jesse
yeah.
Ventura has been selected by the WWF president. What's his name? You remember? All right.
Jack Tunney.
Jack Tunney, that he
Yeah.
will be the special guest referee for the main event match between the Mega Powers and the Mega Bucks.
When did Jack Tunney turn heel?
No clue.
Like he he specifically chooses the known heel commentator.
Literally every night they have an event, he is always the guy on commentary, and he is rooting for the bad guys to win
He
every day.
spotted Dino Bravo.
He has expressed many times his hatred towards Hulk Hogan.
Yes, but also he did express his love for Randy Savage, so that is he does have that going for him.
Yeah, I guess you can look at it that way.
Yeah, and that wad of money in his fucking pocket doesn't, it doesn't make it look any less suspicious. But I have a lot to say about Jack Tunney's decision, but I guess we can wait till we get to the main event.
Before we get into this, I just want to say little preview of this card. This card had the most random matches of all time on it.
It really did, but I didn't hate this show. I quite enjoyed this show.
I didn't either. Or I mean, I didn't hate it. Yeah, it was very decent.
I quite enjoyed it.
But yeah, there was some random. Why are these people wrestling matches?
Oh, dude, I think other than like any match a title wasn't involved in, I was just so perplexed on how we got here.
Yeah, and how there wasn't like a special type for the match. It was just you two are gonna wrestle for 10 minutes, and then we'll see what happens.
And boy, did things happen.
Yeah. So we start out. We have the Rougeau brothers.
Yeah, the Rougeaus. They're the
Rougeaus.
fabulous
Fuck.
Rougeaus now.
Yeah.
Fabulous Rougeaus now. That's what they are.
They are the heels of this match.
Yeah, they've turned evil, man. They're bad guys now.
Versus
we get a really good trade out of it though later. I'm sorry to keep cutting you off.
No, we do. But it's versus the British Bulldogs with Matilda, of course. One funny note I gotta say, they run into the ring with Matilda, drop her down the ground, and the Rougeau brothers fucking dip out of that ring.
I thought it was really funny that the Rougeaus were billed to soon to relocate to the United States.
Yeah, and they were holding like their little flags and everything.
Yeah, they're like bullshitting you about it. Like ironically, fans of the USA. That's a cool element to a foreign heel is to have them like, sarcastically praising the US. That's different.
Like if the Bolsheviks were doing it.
Oh, dude, that would be incredible. That would be so incredible.
And Volkov is singing the American national anthem instead of the Russian all of a
sudden. And now they can't boo him.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so I got this really funny note. Why I think it's funny. I made a comment to myself. If you were to only look at the torso and up, don't look at their pants, you would see 4 of the exact same guys in this match. The only difference between them is that the British Bulldogs have they have mullets, while the Rougeau brothers have shorter hair. That's the only difference between these 4 guys.
Everyone just has the same torso.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
I mean, my note was that Davey Boy is again fucking huge. Like that dude is getting bigger and bigger every show.
Wonder what the drug tests were like.
Hey man, don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that. I don't know if all that shit's no, Hogan's still around. That the drug trial hadn't happened yet. Or the steroid trial hadn't happened if Hogan's still here.
I'm pretty sure I read something. I don't know if I saw it this year, but the Big Show, something happened to him with that or something. But I don't know. Yeah. What'd you think about the match?
There's some pretty great stuff here, I thought. I really enjoyed just these two teams wrestling each other in general. There were times where it was kind of like it would drag, but that's also because they're going 20 fucking minutes here. The Bulldogs are over as fuck. Like every show, they get probably one of the loudest reactions. Randomly, at one point in this match, I start to think to myself, like, "Hey, I wonder how close we are to that draw." And I thought to myself, like, they're gonna have a finish because they haven't beat me over the head with the fact that they could be getting close to the time limit. And then, fuck, did they show me?
They didn't even say that. I didn't know there was going to be a
Yeah,
time
no,
limit.
they never brought it up, which is the best way to get me with a fucking time limit draw. Because the second you start drawing attention to it, I'm like, oh yeah, that's probably what's happening, huh?
Yeah, they didn't.
Um,
They didn't mention the 15 minutes at all.
there's a few things in this match where one of the Rougeaus, like, he goes to monkey flip Davy Boy, who literally just flips over and lands on his feet. That was quite crazy. And there's a part like Dynamite is down, and Jacques is like on his back, and Dynamite Kid starts like slowly like crawling back up, and he starts squatting him, basically like lifting him, and then the other or Raymond just runs in and punches him when the ref isn't looking, and he falls right back down. As it was shit was so good. Davy Boy racked Jacques Rougeau on the top rope, and at the Wrestling Classic that took Davy Boy out. So I'm led to believe now that Jacques Rougeau might be tougher than Davy Boy. Um, did you catch the like last move that happened before the draw?
Yes, he threw him towards the ground and made him headbutt him.
Yeah, Davy Boy just like lifts Dynamite Kid up and lawn darts him head first at was it, I guess it was Raymond. I don't remember, but holy shit.
Hmm. The aim,
But the
the
match was
strength.
good.
No, yeah, I definitely like the match. Don't like how it ended. So obviously the ending of the match it is a draw because of the time limit. Maybe they don't want either one of them to get pinned. I don't know really. I
That or
definitely
they don't want Bulldog to, or they don't want Davy Boy to fucking kill Dynamite Kid. Like, god damn, dude.
Yeah, I can definitely see a way where they do not want the British Bulldogs to get pinned here. Another
I don't see
thing,
why they couldn't beat the Rougeaus. Like,
yeah, true. Especially with them being heels now.
yeah. It's the
Uh,
opening match at SummerSlam, and we do a draw. I didn't hate the draw though. Like, I do want to point that out. I did not hate the draw because it wasn't. It was never where it was like boring.
yeah.
I kept wanting to see a finish. It was, I never got to the point where I was like, God damn it! Like, they're gonna, okay, let's just. I can tell they're stalling until the bell rings. This never happened. I quite enjoyed the match all the way through.
Some other things that I had on this, besides that, their torso and up, they're the exact same person, cloned 4 times in a row. They did the after he threw him on the ropes, made him hit his crotch area. They did
Yeah.
the double headbutt against each other. Also, Davy Boy's power slam looks so good. It's
Yes.
very good.
It's
And
his
then
patented power slam, I think, is what Gorilla said.
yeah. Like yeah, that's like his yeah, that's his move. The other thing was they tested Dynamite Kid's arm to see if he is alive. They did the 3 things. They held it up because that has to happen at least once or twice a pay-per-view. But yeah, overall, it was a great like. Okay, we're in the SummerSlam, so
Hey, can I take the lead on this next segment?
yeah, you can.
Are you done with this match though?
Yeah, because I actually brought your name up for this next section segment when I was
Uh,
writing down notes.
okay.
Yeah,
All
we're
right.
doing that.
Cool.
So yeah, what happens after the match? Do you know?
All right. Cool. So next, we're gonna prepare ourselves for what I deemed as the moment of the night. Gorilla Monsoon informs us that Brutus the Barber Beefcake will not be able to wrestle tonight. Why will he not be able to wrestle tonight? Well, that's because of my man Ron Bass. I made the mistake of not noticing Ron Bass last show. I didn't realize he was in that random battle royal. Well, I noticed you this week, Ron Bass, and you look just as much like Ron Bass as you ever fucking have. This dude absolutely brutalized Brutus Beefcake. He pretty much strangled him. And he's left like a bloody mess. There's a giant like red X to censor the blood, or I guess what the hell is happening. He is beating the absolute piss out of Brutus Beefcake with this rope, or what was it that he had with him? Was it a
Yeah,
rope? Because he was,
it was a
yeah,
rope. It was kind of like a whip.
yeah, okay, yeah. He either way, he beats the absolute shit out of him. This was fucking crazy. This was the most violent thing that
It,
has happened on in the entire 9 episodes that we've done this. This is way worse than anything that has ever happened to Hogan on this fucking show. He beat the hell out of this man.
you thought
This
Ted
was
DiBiase
awesome.
being mean to women and children were bad? This
No.
motherfucker made WWF put a X and say censored on it. He was bleeding so bad.
I don't know what he bladed with other than, I guess, a fucking butcher knife. This segment was insane.
It
Now,
was.
regardless of my feelings about Brutus Beefcake and like the Ron Bass thing, I thought the cast of characters was just so fucking perfect that I had to be the one to talk about this segment. But regardless, you put either like any two people in this scenario, this is fucking brutal. This
Yeah,
is
it's
crazy.
awful. I don't know why this is a thing. It was
Oh no no
terrible.
no! I love it. No, I want more of this. I want more of this.
For my notes for it, I literally wrote after the match, they show a video package of why Brutus the Barber Beefcake can't wrestle because of Cameron's newfound favorite wrestler, Outlaw Ron Bass.
Yeah, Outlaw Ron Bass, my original draw to this guy was how he couldn't look more like his name was Ron Bass if he tried. And then he tried and he did, and he proved me wrong. I will say he looks a little less Ronnier, but a little more Bassier this time. But yes, man, he he is my favorite person not on the show, but featured on this show just from this segment. It was awesome that it was Brutus Beefcake, but honest to God, he could have done that to anybody. I'd have been like, this was fucking crazy. This was wild.
Yeah, it was a
Holy
whip. I
hell.
just googled Outlaw Ron Bass,
Yeah.
and yeah, he has a whip with him. But yeah, holy shit, was it not crazy?
Whew.
But yeah, so after that though, after that brutal beatdown on Brutus from Outlaw Ron Bass, we get the next match of the night, and we have Bad News Brown
Yeah, the
versus
Battle Royal winner, man.
Ken Patera. Now, you could say that he earned his spot on SummerSlam.
You can. I don't know. I don't know why this was the prize, but congratulations, Bad News Brown.
Yeah, I have no idea, but I have some fun facts for you. Okay.
Okay, all right.
And they're about Ken Patera.
Okay.
Currently in that match, not currently in real life, but currently in the match that they had, Ken Patera is 45 years old,
Okay.
and in today's world, Ken Patera is still alive at age 80. So good for him.
Nice.
Shout out Ken Patera. I know you're listening. You gold medal winner.
Did he win? Did he win a gold medal? Because
Yeah, I think
Kurt
he
Angle was the first like gold medal winner.
I think he won a medal. I don't know what he won, but he had the record at a time. He like picked up 510 pounds over his head or something. Um, yeah, he was some kind of whatever or something. But yeah, that's that. Those are my fun facts on Ken Patera. The other things is you mentioned the WrestleMania 4 victory in the Battle Royal. In my notes, I wrote Royal Rumble. I'm glad you said Battle Royal so I can change my answer.
No,
Literally,
the Royal Rumble winner was only in a shitty talk segment.
no. What? Oh,
No, no, no. Oh, yeah, you keep going.
yeah.
Hey, does Ken Patera remind you of Richard Simmons at all? R.I.P.
Dude, literally, I was doing a crossword puzzle today at work, and one of the answers was Richard Simmons, and I was literally watching a Richard Simmons video today to remind myself who Richard Simmons is. And I
Oh,
cannot believe you just brought him up. Small world.
yeah. I did think it was I don't know, man. Maybe it's because he just died and he was like fresh in my brain. But I saw Ken Patera and I was like, he looks just like Richard
I think
Simmons.
the hair too. They're kind of similar
Yeah,
hair.
no, it's entirely the hair. It's entirely the hair.
Yeah. It's 98% the hair, and then two, they look alike. But basically, how the match starts is Bad News literally starts beating the shit out of him, but right as Ken Patera gets in the ring, like does not allow him to take off his jacket or anything. And here's where I kind of start missing Jesse on commentary
Yeah, yeah,
because we're getting two guys who are nice guys. They're faces. So it's like, okay, we're getting a little banter, but not the he should be giving Ken Patera some time to get in the ring. He shouldn't be doing this from Jesse instead of kick his ass. Bad News or my bad. He should wait because Bad News is the heel. So reverse what
yeah.
I said, but yeah, kick his ass, Ken Patera. Um, yeah. Also, did you notice like before the match started, like when they were panning to Bad News Brown, he was like cussing out fans from the ring.
Yeah, I really thought I saw the word "fuck" a few
Me too.
times.
I thought I had to say yeah. Um, but yeah, what did you think on it?
The match.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. I, Brown just kind of kicks his ass for a while. I noticed also that Patera's offense. He's very true to his like Olympic thing because his entire offense is literally just a wrestle. Hey, the full Nelson's back,
It is.
and we had to ask ourselves: is Ken Patera the master of the full Nelson? Guess fucking not, because he just couldn't lock the fingers, man. He just couldn't lock the fingers. I love the name of Bad News Brown's finisher.
Dude. Oh my God. It's the Ghetto Blaster.
The Ghetto Blaster, man.
That sounds like a water gun.
I think it's a reference like a boombox or something.
Got you. Okay.
I
But yeah,
think I'm fucking doing a Ghetto Blaster in a match soon. I have to.
and please tell them to announce that you're doing the Ghetto Blaster too. Cameron, with a Ghetto Blaster? What? We've never noticed this.
But in all seriousness, 6.5 minutes. I didn't think it was a bad match.
You're crazy. So here's
You
my
didn't like it.
analysis.
You
Here's
didn't
my
like it.
analysis on this match.
All right.
If you
Okay.
want to watch two men kick, punch, and use their bellies to hold them in the corner, watch this match. But if you want to watch people actually do like technician moves, submissions, and every other wrestling type, watch any other match on the face of the earth. Um,
Oh man. Okay. Well, that's cool. That's the cool thing about wrestling. You know, it's a subjective art form.
yeah. No, I didn't. I didn't care for this match. This was the first one where it's like, okay, I get Bad News is here. He won the Battle Royal, but he has to face Ken Patera. We like
Well,
When's the
okay.
first
Go
ever
ahead.
ladder match? That's where I went. Where's a ladder match?
Bro, the ladder match doesn't exist yet. There might have, they did like I think they've had maybe the blueprint of a ladder match happen somewhere in some indie show somewhere. Instead of like a ladder that folds the way they do now, it's literally like a pole in the middle, and you lean like a fireman's ladder against it and climb that.
No way. That's awesome. What the hell?
Yeah, and
I gotta look up
I'd
videos
have
on that.
to yeah, it exists. But I don't think ladder matches start happening in WWE until like Shawn and Razor. So we have like I think WrestleMania 10 I think is it's either that or the SummerSlam. I think WrestleMania had the first one, the SummerSlam was a rematch.
Okay. And then eventually we'll get, I mean, its own TLC and stuff.
Yeah,
So
but bro, yeah, when that first TLC happens, the world kind of changes. TLC 2 legitimately changed the
is
business.
the first TLC the Hardys one?
Yeah, the first 3 are Hardy's, Edge, Christian, and Dudley's.
Okay, good. I used to so whenever you would go to like video stores, people you'd rent like videos you've never seen, I would make my mom rent me the you know how they make the videos on old pay-per-views and stuff? I would make my
Yeah.
mom rent me those. So I would
Oh
always
yeah,
get
dude.
like TLC or Money in the Bank or uh Backlash 2006 or something. That's what I would watch.
Oh, see, man, I was getting tapes of like 98, 99 shows and stuff. from Blockbuster.
Best of Rey Mysterio in the 2000s. Man, they should bring back video stores. We got to bring that back. uh, yeah, I mean, I couldn't care for it. I literally made a joke and I said, "Bad News wins by pinfall. Go ahead and give a Macho Man for the WWF title already."
Yeah, why not, man?
Yeah.
So here's my thing with with this match. So Bad News Brown, we've seen him like once or twice. Ken Patera, we've never really seen him in like that big of a role. So I don't go in expecting a whole lot, and I just think
Okay.
about like it was just following this 20-minute tag match that was actually really good. So let's have some simple wrestling just to be like, oh hey, look, wrestlers are here, yay, good guy, bad guy, and then by the time the crowd's kind of like back down, here comes Rick Rude and Junkyard Dog to get like the big reaction to stuff, you know. So for what it was on the card, because they weren't in a position to like, hey, go out there and change the world like Savage and Steamboat did. They were like, hey, you know, give us a good 6.5 minutes.
Would you say palate cleanser would be the
Yeah,
word?
sure, yeah. And I think considering like that match, the role that this match was given on the card, I think it more than served that role. And I've definitely seen like worse and more boring matches from people that we hold in higher regard, you know?
Don't say that ever again.
Bro, this was more enjoyable for me than like the Rick Rude Ricky Steamboat match back at the Royal Rumble or whatever.
Yeah, no, I mean, okay. Yeah.
Because this didn't overstay its welcome. Like as soon as we got to the point, we were good. We got there. As
Yeah, I
soon
mean,
as like
all
you
we were
know we got
building
to the
up
full
is
Nelson,
yeah, the
hit him
failed
into the
full
pole,
Nelson. Yep.
hit the ghetto blaster, boy. That's all we need. The fucking ghetto blaster, baby.
You know, we've seen Bad News Brown twice, never seen him lose, I mean.
No, he's undefeated.
Yeah. Crazy. Now on regular shows, he's probably mid-card magician
Eh,
and he's
More than
losing
Ricky
either.
Steamboat can say.
Yeah, that's true. Where's Ricky Steamboat's bitch ass?
This is the first show that Ricky Steamboat hasn't been here other than like main event,
Oh, someone else.
but that doesn't count.
Someone else we hate, and I was so glad he wasn't on the show.
Oh yeah, no Tito, man.
Thank God. Dude, he had every opportunity to be here
He
too.
really fucking
Yeah.
did. He really
He
did,
had
man.
every opportunity.
He could have easily been against the Bolsheviks, bro. They could have easily been them.
Yep. And he was not there at all. Someone answered my prayers. But yeah, so Bad News Brown wins. And after the match, we actually get a Mega Powers promo with Mean Gene. Honestly, very, very cool team. I don't know if they
Yeah,
continue this team, but holy shit, if you love wrestling in the 80s and you have the two main guys on the same team, good for you,
yeah.
people living in through that time. Good for
The
you.
chemistry these two have also is unreal. Like they play off each other so well.
Exactly. Imagine two dudes who have their own language on the same team.
That's kind of what this was. That's that's kind of what it was.
You could say that for the other team too.
You
Like,
really can.
yeah, you can hardly understand. Like, you can understand Ted, of course, but Andre,
The
you
star
never know what to
power,
say.
the star power for that main event is there. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, the one thing I was gonna mention to you earlier or during that match, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it now. The only way that main event gets better is if you add the Honky Tonk Man as an outside referee. It's the only way that match gets better.
No, you give Steamboat. It's the Mega Powers and Ricky Steamboat versus the Mega Bucks and Honky Tonk Man.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Because that not only gives us
That
Virgil and Bobby Heenan, but that also adds Jimmy Hart to the mix.
I wish there was a way we could add Slick there too.
Oh man. Well, I'd say they could get one man gang, but he doesn't. That's too many people for him to team with. He doesn't need a team. He's a one man gang.
Oh, but they could add one man and Bam Bam. But then
Yeah, for
we're
sure.
getting repeat matches, and we don't like repeat
Yeah,
matches.
and
Am I right?
also Survivor Series is the next show, so we don't need that many
Yeah.
people in this.
I hope next Survivor Series is like first Survivor Series.
It's probably some like fucking Team Hogan versus Team Millionaires or some bullshit.
Yeah, I could see that.
Probably.
We're getting close to Roddy's return. He returns in '89. He left in '87.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, gone for 2 years. We're getting close. I remember mentioning that when we saw his last match at WrestleMania 2 or whatever, and
Yeah.
his acting career that didn't take off, unfortunately. But
No, they
yes,
live, man. Come on.
but yeah, basically, they're just saying they're awesome. They even refer to as we're gonna hint at something later. We won't spoil it right now, but Elizabeth is the kiss of death, their secret weapon on their team.
Oh
So
yeah, dude.
so just remember that. All right,
Yeah. The answer's right there, dude. Liz has it all.
Lizzie.
That's
So our next match we have the fabulous Rick Rude.
a
All right.
ravishing.
It's ravishing.
Ravishing, yeah.
The ravishing.
Fabulous was the Rougeaus.
Okay, or maybe I heard it wrong. Because I wrote too many fabulous dudes on this card. We need more
He
like
is a fabulous
marvelous.
dude, but
He is, yeah. So yeah, the magnificent, right? Is that what you said?
ravishing.
The ravishing Rick Rude versus
Yeah.
Junkyard Dog. All right,
Hey,
love it. When there's something strange in your neighborhood, who you gonna call? JYD.
JYD, yeah. Hey, I'd like to point out that Rick Rude comes out with the shit-eating grin of a heel who knows he's about to do something vile. I love this dude's facial expressions.
Rick Rude might be climbing my ranks of favorite heel fast for what he does in this match.
Dude, he's just a fucking slime ball. Like he's just a shit person, dude.
At WrestleMania 4, they made the saying like, hide your wives and girlfriends because Rick Rude's
Yeah.
about to take his top off.
Oh boy. And
Well,
then you
he
should hide your wife, actually.
in this one he says, hide your hillbilly, pig face, ugly ass faces as I take my robe off. It was crazy. It was a crazy mic moment for Rick Rude.
Yeah.
And guess what pants is he wearing, Cameron?
Well, airbrushed onto his tights is a picture of the junkyard dog
With his
and
face on his crotch
on his crotch.
and on his ass, both sides.
Yep. And man, if only that was the end of the tight related shenanigans from Rick Rude. If only.
So JYD comes out and immediately goes on the offense. It's basically how the last match
Oh, it's
started.
a Pearl Harbor job, as it's referred to as the Gorilla Monsoon.
That's where the second man comes out and starts kicking your ass.
No, that's when you attack them. You jump them.
Oh, okay.
Surprise attack. Pearl Harbor.
Gotcha. But yeah, so JYD comes out and just starts kicking his ass. He starts out early with the JYD headbutts. Love to see it. What a way to start the match. But yeah, what did you think on it?
The match was kind of just whatever. It wasn't really that long, even. Wait, yes, it was at least as long as the last match. It was 6 minutes. Like, it was just kind of whatever. It's just him beating the hell out of out of Junkyard Dog. I'm still just waiting to see a match where I can be like, this is what people talk about when they say Rick Rude, and then I feel like Rick Rude hasn't had the chance to really have like a
He
high
keeps having
quality match yet.
these meme matches.
Yeah, but that being said, like, he's still really registering to me as a heel. Like I said, this dude's a slime ball. He's hateable.
Yeah.
He's got the heel work in. This crowd does not like him. They do not like this guy. He's hated. And he's doing some, as I said, vile shit because, man, this is what he's like mostly known for, by the way. Is this
Really?
this thing with Jake Roberts' wife.
Oh, because they wrestled in WrestleMania 4 and you mentioned it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said that's what you would think he's most famous for.
Yeah, I was hoping that this was the show where they were gonna like, blow that off or whatever, but they somehow stretched this shit 5 months and we haven't had the resolution yet.
Yeah. Uh, but yeah, basically what happens to end this match is, um, basically what happens is, Rick Rude jumps to the top of the rope, begins to pull his pants down to reveal Jake the Snake Roberts' wife is on his, what would you say? They're like kind of like tights for like shorts in a way.
Yeah.
Basically reveals that his wife is on his crotch, and all of a sudden, literally as Rick Rude hits the ground, Jake the Snake comes out and starts beating the shit out of him.
It's like he was waiting for any reason to come out and beat the fuck out of Rick Rude. And he got it. He got his reason.
Wouldn't it be crazy if Jake didn't know that was gonna happen?
That would be pretty nuts. I mean, it's WWE, so it's possible, but I'm pretty sure I've never heard anything about that being something that was not okayed ahead of time with Jake Roberts. But goddamn, if that were the case,
Yeah.
imagine though not telling someone you're about to do that and then trusting him to not
Kill
hit
you?
you hard as absolute fuck when he attacks you in a few minutes.
Yeah, I kind of hope it's fake.
I'm sure it is because these two got to have a feud, bro. You don't want real shit like real beef like that going.
Can you imagine forcing someone to go through that and then still not giving him a title shot?
What title? They don't have any.
I know, but still, Jake the Snake never winning the title is
Oh yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Being one of
Oh
the most
yeah.
famous people to never win a title. But yeah, Rick Rude wins technically by disqualification. You also get this moment after the match where JYD is like, "Why the hell would you do that?" And he's like, "I'm so sorry, JYD. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I'm
Please
sorry,
don't
man.
hate. Please don't hate me. Yeah,
He had my wife on his tights, man.
I couldn't deal with it." uh, After the match, here we go. One of our favorite people of all time, the Honky Tonk
Sure
Man.
is.
He has a promo saying, so basically Brutus was supposed to face the Honky Tonk Man for the Intercontinental Championship,
Yep.
but was injured, of course. And so Mean Gene knows who he's gonna wrestle because at the
Yeah.
beginning
Well,
they mentioned like, oh, he will defend the title tonight. We just haven't announced the opponent yet. And Mean Gene was gonna tell him, but Honky Tonk Man was like, he'll wrestle anyone. He doesn't want to know who he's wrestling. He doesn't want it to be spoiled because he doesn't care because he's gonna win either way.
he can shake, rattle, and roll anybody in the
Anybody.
World Wrestling Federation.
I'm just a
This
honky
dude was
tonk man.
awesome. This dude was awesome.
I fucking love Honky Tonk Man. I wish I could meet him
Yeah.
so goddamn bad. If I had his charisma and his everything, that's all I need in life.
Yeah, this dude. Yeah,
He
he's
is so
become one of my
awesome.
favorites fast, man. I
Me
I
too.
love this dude so much.
And so so after that we get one of my favorite person. We get the Bolsheviks with Slick versus a
Yeah.
new team, right? I don't think we've reviewed these guys yet.
Oh, we have not talked about this team yet. No, we have not.
Uh, the team Powers of Pain, which will introduce a
Yes.
Warlord and Barbarian, with their manager, the Baron.
Okay, I didn't get the manager's name ahead of time or last time when I watched it. I couldn't make out the manager's name. Who is the Baron?
No clue.
Oh, it's Baron. It's Baron von Raschke. What the fuck? Okay, that's
Who's
that's
that?
it's just one of those like old school like oh that guy will kill you types. One of the like he was he was like a '70s guy I think.
Oh, okay. I
He
got you.
started professional wrestling in '66, bro.
Really? Jeez.
Yeah,
He's
he was an
22 years
AWA
in.
guy. Crazy that he is legitimately with the fucking powers of pain here. Um, man, the powers of pain. I thought that Demolition were supposed to be the Road Warrior ripoffs. holy fuck, these two are literally just the Road Warriors.
Were
But
they wait,
they just literally look like the Road Warriors, like more so
is the
than the.
Road Warriors, are they later on or are they in WCW?
Well, they're the Road Warriors in like NWA right now and WCW, but they're the Legion of Doom in WWF.
Got you. Okay.
Like
Yeah.
Hawk Animal.
Yeah, because I've heard of the Road Warriors, but I didn't know when we were gonna get them. But I get, yeah, they're in. Okay, they're in WCW.
Yeah.
Um,
But Powers of Pain just literally look like you tried to make Legion of Doom in a video game. Uh, damn. And they also look so heel. Like they look heel as fuck, but they're baby faces. But I guess it's cool to have a powerhouse tag team that is a baby face team.
mhm.
So you can like get excited when you hear their music
Yeah,
to
cause
interrupt the Russian anthem to be like, oh, they're about to get fucked up now.
yeah, fucking assholes. Why would they interrupt that? That shit's like legit. Like we're not doing that to the American national anthem. That's some bullshit. I'm only saying that because I love Nikola Volkov. I fucking love him so much. Uh, but yeah, was this match long?
It was like 5.5 minutes.
I also have to give a shout out to Boris. We see very little of Boris, but I thought Boris had a pretty good match.
Yeah, I this was another match that I didn't dislike. It got a little weird at times. Uh Barbarian's pretty good, very fast. Warlord is very awkward. But he's big and strong, so he's only there to be a big strong guy. He's not there to be a, main event wrestler or anything like that. Everyone did pretty fine, like did just fine here. I thought I enjoyed the match for what it was. Not bad at all, really.
Um, Nikola Volkov had a weird looking spin kick that looked awful. I know he's getting older. I hated that when I saw it. Some other things I said, they were making fun of Boris's head. Why is Gorilla Monsoon was doing it mostly. Why is the Baron standing in the corner and he's just creeping me out the whole time? Um, but yeah, I mean they worked well together. This is, I mean, normal people who are watching around this time probably saw Powers of Pain a couple other times, but they
Yeah,
were
this
they were
is
really
our
good.
first. Yeah, this is also the most we've got to see the Bolsheviks because we had, like you said, we didn't get to see Zukov, but every other time that we've seen the Bolsheviks, they're in battle royals or
Squash matches.
yeah matches where they're not there that long. This is like 5.5 minutes, and they were beating on one of the Powers of Pain for a minute, which
Yeah.
I thought was kind of a funny thing to me, or it's because the Powers of Pain are baby faces, so that means at some point one of them is gonna have to start like getting their ass kicked and like taking the heat. And I'm just picturing what the conversation's like to decide which one it is.
uh,
Because they're both like brick shit houses, bro. They're both cut and just monstrous.
so, but okay, so I gotta talk about how this ends. So I know Warlord, he does like a slam to Boris, and he like slams him, and then he, like, I think he pulls him towards like further away from where someone can jump on him, and then Barbarian goes to top rope, and I'm thinking to my head, this dude's about to jump across the whole ring, but no, he was just lining up for the headbutt. How do how do people aim the headbutt from the top rope?
I guess it depends. Person, case by case, just depends on the person.
Because
I mean, myself, I don't really know. I can't imagine myself wanting to do a fucking headbutt. So,
how do you
I
protect your
mean,
face?
I don't know. Like, some people just legit just will go ahead and crack heads. Fuck it. That's what Benoit did for years, man. You can watch like the slow motions of him doing the diving headbutts, and he'll legit like bash their head into like their shoulder or something like that. But some people could probably put their hand up or something to absorb the impact with their hand, or maybe like just land just far enough away to where you're not actually hitting them, but it looks like you're still making contact, and you just do a very good sell, so it's believable, I guess. I wouldn't know because I'm never gonna ever decide to do a headbutt off of the fucking top rope to anyone.
Yeah, and you're like laying your body out too. I just like my aim and everything. I feel like I just can never do it.
I do a frog splash, and that's enough for me.
Yeah, enough top rope for you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's more than enough.
But yeah, so the Powers of Pain, they win by pinfall. We are now 2 out of 4 matches with the clear cut winner. Didn't have to,
Yeah,
DQ. So we're 50% right now.
yeah, and none of the finishes were fucking stupid. Like I am okay with Rick Rude pissing off Jake Roberts to the point where he interferes in his match and it gets him disqualified. I'm okay with the Bulldogs and the Rougeaus having a really good match that goes to a time limit draw. I'm cool with the way things have gone so far. It's way better than let's completely stop what we're doing while this guy randomly gets up and the referee doesn't see me, kick him in the balls and roll him. Or let's go for a fucking crossbody.
Okay.
It just feels like before where every match was wrestling, 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 and then okay, it's just this hard shift to okay, we're doing the dumbass finish now. Where these tend to transition into the finishes more smoothly so they feel natural and organic and make sense while they're happening. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, cool.
No, yeah,
Because
I'm
the next
following.
match I think has a great finish as well.
So after that match, we get uh Bobby Heenan. He basically he's interrupting. Oh my bad, I did the wrong one. Uh, After this, Brother Love is actually introduced into the ring.
Hey, this is the wrestling podcaster, man.
What's your
This is
opinion on Brother Love, Cameron?
I hate Brother Love. The character, Brother
Hmm.
Love, I fucking hate Brother Love. I didn't enjoy this segment. I don't enjoy Brother Love. I enjoy some episodes of that that podcast of his, that Something to Wrestle with Bruce Pritchard. Great podcast. But I he's he's pretty much legend status now when it comes to podcasting. And it's not because of the shit he did in the ring, because this fucking sucked. So here's your Vince Yes Man that's found his way onto the show with a shitty talk segment of a gimmick of a guy who's just in love with everyone. Damn it, he's got so much love in his heart that he has to be a heel about it.
I'm gonna try and basically I'm gonna try and sum this up the best I can. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So Brother Love comes out to the ring. First of all, yikes on his voice. Very big yikes. So bad. But yeah, so basically, Brother Love tells us that someone here does not understand love. He doesn't. He doesn't have any love with him. And who might you ask? None other than the first ever Royal Rumble winner, Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Yeah, well, he doesn't acknowledge the Royal Rumble thing. He doesn't really. No one really cares about that part yet.
And why would you think one of the most beloved men in all of sports entertainment right now, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, gets constant cheers, doesn't have any love in him? Well, that's a great question because I still don't know after watching this segment. Um, but basically, you get them two in the ring when Hacksaw comes out. They're arguing with each other, but the whole time you're hearing this godforsaken noise in the background.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah,
this
the
love
entire time.
music, and you can hardly. I don't know how they're not being interrupted by this music from the background.
Yeah, I
Um,
couldn't understand half of what they were saying.
yeah, and I was just waiting for them to kiss each other. Is that bad?
I was waiting for him to hit him with the 2x4 and pretty much redo the Ron Bass Brutus Beefcake thing, but that
Jeez,
never
could you
happened.
imagine that?
I can imagine that. I did imagine that while I was watching this shit happen in front of me.
But yeah, it's basically a quick segment to for you to go get
Quick?
peanuts and nachos. Yeah, I mean,
It
what,
didn't feel
5
quick.
minutes?
It felt longer than that fucking tag match that opened the show, dude. I hated this.
Basically, towards I loved it. I thought it was pretty funny. Like I said, I think they were gonna kiss each other.
I'm legitimately glad that you loved it, but I
Yeah.
did not like it. I liked his little custom mic he has, the little like Price is Right looking mic, but it's surrounded by all this fucking white case of electric tape or whatever. I couldn't tell what it was. It looked adorable.
And they put the red carpet in the ring for him.
Yeah, that was a nice touch though. I always like when they add the carpet to the ring to make it, fit the aesthetic of a show, of like a talk show.
Yeah, I
It's a
agree.
good touch.
But yeah, so basically towards the end of this segment, you have Brother Love saying, or Hacksaw saying, if you do not get out of this ring by the count of 3, I will hit you with this 2x4. And Brother Love, and I quote, goes, "You will not touch me with that 2x4. I am a man of love." And Hacksaw goes, 1. And he's like, "Please don't. I love you." And he's like, 2. He's like, "Come on now. I love you, man." And he's like, 3. And he's like, "Come on, no." And then Hacksaw swings it, he misses him, and he runs out of the ring. That's basically where we ended up at.
The ending was fine, I guess, but that shit leading up to it was just not good, man. But not for me. I just didn't enjoy it. Also, it was like this weird part where he just compares him to Dino Bravo. He's like, that guy's a real patriot. And it just made me question, why didn't we just, if that was the thing, why don't we just have Dino Bravo versus
Oh yeah,
Hacksaw on the show?
because
Because,
Canada, yeah.
yeah, why not just do that? If that, like, why does this happen? Why did Brother Love really need this much time on SummerSlam? Did he need to be on SummerSlam? I know it sounds like I'm being a hater, but again, podcasting, love the guy. Brother Love in the ring, fucking hate this character. Always have. Making a really great podcast and changing the game for all of us isn't isn't making me forget how much I did not like the character that he portrayed, bro. I fucking hate Brother Love.
I love you.
Yeah, I bet. I'm sure he does love me, and I appreciate him for that. But dude, I hated, I hated this shit so much.
Yeah, yikes.
But
Big
it was a
yikes.
fun hate. Like it was a fun hate. You know.
Yeah, I guess you could say it's a love-hate relationship, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, you got to pick your people you don't like, and I enjoyed watching Brutus Beefcake get basically torn apart with
Mauled.
a rope.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But we draw the line at Brother Love, though.
yeah. I really wish Ron Bass would eviscerate Brother
Oh
Love
my
with a
god.
with his rope.
Oh my god. Dude, that's fucking hilarious. I'm not gonna lie. That's so good. Oh my god. Uh, but yeah, so after that match, we get
Time to not be happy anymore.
exactly. This is if you would have listened to two grown men cry right here, here's the match. We have the Honky Tonk Man. He's coming out with Jimmy Hart. No Peggy Sue, right? I didn't think I saw it.
No, no Peggy Sue.
Um, but yeah, so Honky Tonk Man with Jimmy Hart. They're coming out. He's expecting a match for the Intercontinental Championship.
He's gonna get
Uh,
one.
they get on the mic. He's like, "I'll face anyone. Come out here. Bring him out here. Let's get this going." And music hits, and you're like, "Who's this?" And all of a sudden, running from the ramp, none other than his challenger, the Ultimate Warrior.
Yep, yep. Ultimate Warrior. He's here.
I don't know if
He's arrived from planet parts unknown or whatever.
I don't know if I've heard this before or anything, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I was thinking it was gonna be the Ultimate Warrior the whole time.
Nice. Well, I was well aware that it was Ultimate Warrior, and I knew that this match was gonna go exactly the way it did. I've known about this little piece of trivia forever. Honky Tonk Man, at the time, longest reigning champion, and
Yeah, he's had it for
he
a year
loses
now.
yeah, I think it was like 62 weeks or something like that. Was
So
the
he, so I don't want him to leave.
I don't know if he's leaving.
Doesn't he
I
like
don't
retire soon?
I don't know, bro. He might be offered a contract to get a WCW or some shit. We don't know.
Oh, I hate
I'm gonna
this.
look at the card. Every every show, I'm gonna bring up the card for the having the WCW card that would have happened between between the
Okay.
shows,
Okay.
so we can see who all is leaving and all that shit. Who all's leaving and going and collecting the bigger paychecks from Ted.
Yeah, what assholes.
I'm gonna be
Um,
honest with you. A lot of them are on this show. There's a lot on this show.
I hope not. All right. So basically how this goes is this match is probably 15 seconds, unfortunately.
It says 31 on Wikipedia, but who knows?
Okay.
I guess that sounds somewhat accurate.
So what happens is the third time tonight, Ultimate Warrior gets in the ring and starts beating the shit out of um Honky Tonk Man. They ring the bell. He does a couple moves on him, and then bam, one, two,
A
three, it's over.
big splash.
The Ultimate Warrior is now the new Intercontinental Championship. You may now boo. Why?
Let's see where it goes, man. Well, okay, all right. Listen. A heel's championship run is only as good as the way it ends, in my opinion. Okay, if he had some bullshit ending where he was fucked over or something like that, and it was like to hide the fact that, oh, we don't want to pin him like Hogan's or something like that, it's so lame and it's not fulfilling. But this is a heel that has run at every turn. Like any challenger he's had, he has done everything he can to cower away from and squeak away with the championship. And the one time this guy has hubris and is so confident, and he's now too big for his Elvis britches, and he thinks he can shake, rattle, and roll anyone, and he loses in 30 fucking seconds to the Ultimate Warrior and gets destroyed. That is the way the Honky Tonk Man's character should be dropping the belt. This dude's not supposed to be having crazy ass matches that end with him like left in a heap, bloody. This dude needs to be embarrassed, and he was. How was that?
Yeah, I mean, you did sum it up in a way where I'm not too sad, but at the same time, it's like I wish he would have got like a cool Survivor Series or even a SummerSlam. Why am I even going for Ed? SummerSlam,
Here,
drop it to Ultimate Warrior.
here's the thing though. If it didn't happen this way, would the promo that he gets to cut later on be as good?
No, because I love that promo.
Exactly, man. Exactly. And I bet you love that promo more than you hated watching this happen.
That's a great double entendre. That's the
I don't
word.
think I don't think that's what that is, but okay.
But I no, I okay. Okay, I can see that then. And yeah, I guess asshole slimy heel, embarrassed. Okay. I won't be too upset. Actually, I still will cuz he deserves,
No, you should be upset because Honky Tonk Man's great, and I'm gonna miss it being Intercontinental Champion. But if he's gonna lose the belt anyway, it may as well be in a way like this.
that was the longest
It was
before.
before Gunther, yeah,
Crazy. Crazy, crazy. And now we literally just saw that and we've seen this one.
yeah. Gunther has shat upon that record.
By a lot. He had it for like
Yeah,
660 something
yeah.
days.
He fucking doubled that shit.
Yeah. Oh my god. But yeah, new Intercontinental Champion, Ultimate Warrior. Honestly, good for him. I mean, he's up and coming. I mean, why
Yeah,
not?
man, they got plans for him. He's big as fuck. He's a body guy that they like. He fits their mold, and he's got some charisma to him and some presence.
Yeah.
And he looks like he could be a main eventer.
He's also like, if I were to think about people from the 80s and 90s, he would probably be in my top 15 that I would write down on the list of like people I could know based off just knowing WWE. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
Definitely.
also, like, take away the fact that we saw Ultimate Warrior on WrestleMania 4, right? Like he was wrestling Hercules. So take that out of your memory and put this Ultimate Warrior that you just saw at SummerSlam and put him in that WrestleMania 4 tournament. And there's another believable babyface that could win the tournament. You know? It's more
Okay.
believable that he'd do it than like a Hacksaw Jim Duggan or a of course, like, no offense to these people, and even honestly more believable that could win the tournament than Steamboat.
Yeah, especially because they've already given Steamboat a title, and he's not like the main guy. So
But
yeah,
Ultimate Warrior has that look that they typically want with their, top guys.
yeah, he looks just a less big Hogan, but barely.
Oh man, and he's even got like one of the colors already, so we're halfway there.
Yeah.
You just gotta teach him to talk in a way that doesn't sound like he just took a shitload of drugs, or give him more drugs and let him keep going the direction he's going. Because, man, I can't. When Warrior talks later, holy shit!
Yeah, you know what? Fuck it, drug league. Let's get it
Yeah,
going.
there we go. Oh, it's a drug league. We're there, man. You see these? You see the size of these motherfuckers? You think all of these people are in this shit?
Yeah, yeah, no, you're right. Um, but yeah, after the match, Bobby Heenan actually interrupts the commentators, and he's saying that Ted, Andre, and Virgil are ready. You know, they're cutting it up in the back, doing their thing, and Hogan and Macho Man Elizabeth, they're in their locker rooms. They barricaded the door, and they're begging to get out of this match.
Oh yeah, that was pretty great. It was like the update on the Mega Powers is they have got themselves barricaded in a locker room because they're trying to do anything they can.
I thought that was going to be the end of him because Gorilla's like, all right, calm down here. And then they introduced the next match. The next
No,
match, by
he
the
sticks around.
I know that's what I was saying because like they cut
Yeah,
they cut to the ring. That's why I was so confused.
it honestly ends up making for the best commentary of the night
Yeah,
because you kind of get what you're wanting, what you're missing from Ventura being there. You're kind of getting it a little bit with Heenan, except he's just a little more, uh, he's a little more close to the
wrestlers.
to the wrestlers than because he's active heel manager in the main event tonight. Well, although Ventura also in the main event tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, so what the hell is he doing? Like, why couldn't he
I
leave?
don't I don't know why he's here, but him and Graham were just going at it, and it was awesome.
Yeah, he kept bringing up how uh Jesse helped Dino lift the
Yeah.
weights and everything. But yeah, so our next match, we have none other than The Rock. No, not Dwayne, but Don Morocco versus Dino Bravo. Now, as you may know, this match happened 5 months ago at the last pay per view.
Yeah, it sure did. We haven't had enough of it.
So, as I wrote in my notes, I guarantee this will be the same exact match, and I already don't like it because they're basically the same person, but one's just a little bit bigger. It's the same style. I get it. Why not have them? But at the same time, I don't like same style matches as much. So people who
Yeah.
wrestle the same, blah blah blah. Okay, I mean, I'm still gonna enjoy it as best I can, but I'm a Big Show versus Rey Mysterio guy, and how does Rey Mysterio win this one?
I got you.
Yeah.
Because I didn't hate the match. I thought it was just
Yeah, no,
fine
I thought it was
given,
good. Yeah.
yeah, like the I think it's not so much that because at first, I was like, '80s wrestling's awesome, and then I go, hey, I think the lust is kind of worn off. The luster's kind of worn off, and now it feels like it could be coming back. I don't think it's that. I think the wrestling is legitimately just getting better, and it's just not as like erratic and strange as it was before. So just a match going from beginning to end without some dumbass shenanigan. Although the ending of this match it's pretty close. It's pretty close.
It almost ended
Probably,
the same way the other one ended.
yeah. I was kind of confused at first. I actually still am confused as to how it happened this way, but
Days later.
yeah. Um, because he does what? Morocco picks the ref up for the scoop slam, or he picks up Dina for the scoop slam.
Hits
And the
the
ref
ref.
just goes out of his way to get in the way. Like, the ref makes sure to step in to get hit by this dude's foot. But at least it wasn't. It was just awkward. It wasn't obvious that it was like, oh, time to go to the finish. Now it's like, what the fuck did they do? Oh, finish.
Yeah, because literally I was thinking like, are we literally about to get another disqualification from the same match, but 5 months later? Like, we literally saw the same thing happen at WrestleMania 4. He hit him. He moved out of the way and uh, made him hit the referee, and now he just made him hit the referee again. So
Yeah, and I don't really know why they had to do the ref. Did he do something dirty after the ref got hit to get the leverage and hit the sidewalk slam? Or did he just reverse it and hit the sidewalk slam?
I think he just reversed it. I don't think he did anything dirty.
And why'd the ref have to get kicked for this?
I don't know. I think he just accidentally. I think it's just a botch. I don't know. It was weird
It
though.
looked far too intentional from the ref.
Also, Bobby mentioned in this match, he was saying that The Rock should go back to Hawaii and change oil on the buses that transport people that go to the airport. So,
Jesus. Well,
yeah,
Gorilla says that Frenchie should go back to France or wherever it is he came from. Pretty sure it's France.
yeah, Frenchie French. I mean, same thing.
I think it's a safe bet. Yeah, there were some wild things being said by all three
Yeah.
people on commentary in this match.
Uh,
But it was entertaining. It made the match more entertaining too, honestly.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I was enjoying this 5.5 minutes here.
Dino, like you mentioned, he hits a side suplex and he wins the match against Don Morocco. Hate to see Don lose. Remember when he was the magnificent Don Morocco with Mr. Fuji?
I do. I do.
Good old times. And now he's babyface The Rock.
I know he's magnificent now, and I love that during his entrance he gives the thumbs up over to Billy Graham, because Billy
Oh
Graham
yeah,
he was out there with
yeah.
him at WrestleMania. I don't know if he still managed him or not right here, at this time, and maybe Billy Graham just couldn't do it because he is on commentary, or if it was just like he's on commentary now, and Morocco was just giving him the shout out. But who knows? Because
Either or.
I don't watch weekly wrestling in 1988.
You wish you did though.
I mean, I could. I just don't know where the fuck I'd find the time to watch all these episodes and still watch these shows.
Oh. But yeah, so was there anything after this match? Oh, we have a
Uh,
Jesse promo.
yeah, I gotta say, Jesse has a promo where I have. This is where I wrote my notes about Jack Tunney.
Yeah.
This is like, I don't know what the standard is for presidents in WWF and authority figures in WWF, but Jack Tunney, for all intents and purposes, is a fucking moron. So this dude makes Hogan and Andre sign this contract to have a match at the main event, and right in front of him, Andre blatantly tells him, like, yo, if I win the belt, I'm selling it to Ted. And Jack Tunney just lets them sign this contract. But then Andre wins, and he gives the belt to Ted like he promised. And Jack Tunney's like, whoa, hold up, dude. You
Not
can't do
today.
that.
Yeah.
You can't do that shit. And he vacated the belt and then put all of the offenders in the tournament anyway. Matter of fact, put his biggest drawing main event of all time as the first match in the second round.
And guess how
So he's also not thinking about money. He's not thinking about making money.
that match
And
ended.
and now, for one of the biggest tag matches in history, it has to fall into the hands of somebody who can handle this responsibility. And that is heel supporting Jesse Ventura, who has spent the entire time we've been watching these shows praising every heel, despising Hulk Hogan, and I'm pretty sure he has accepted money from Ted DiBiase. And it is this point where I think Jack Tunney has since accepted money from Ted DiBiase since WrestleMania.
So during this interview, where I picked up on, uh, yeah, basically Sean Mooney, is that his name, right?
The interviewer?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that Ventura has accepted money from him. And Ventura's basically saying like he's the only man worldwide that can take care of this match of this magnitude. And he also says something like, "Do you see these hands? If I wanted to get in there right now, I'd win the WWF championship."
Yeah, he did say that.
I wish,
Imagine,
I wish
imagine
he could wrestle.
WrestleMania 5. Randy Savage defends against Jesse the Body Ventura.
Dude, that's my time machine match. I would love that. I love Jesse so much. Jesse might end up being my favorite person from the 80s.
Yeah, he's dude. Now that I've seen or heard him in the 80s and watched these shows and all that, I don't think anyone ever brought what he brought to commentary. I don't think anyone ever brought that element ever again. Like he is so his own personality when it comes to like his style of commentary.
I would agree 100%.
And just him, like it transcends commentary to him being a character on the show.
I mean, he's literally the best. And he could put
Yes.
him in any situation, just like that Dino Bravo stuff. And he's the reason that Dino Bravo thing is funny. He's the
Yeah,
reason why
he's the only
Dino.
reason anyone ever gave a shit about that.
Yep, because people think, oh, did he help or didn't he help?
And then every time he's just like, "All right, we're gonna add this much to the bar."
And he's like, he asked everyone to please
Yeah,
be quiet, so
give
shut
him a
up.
chance.
You could hate him, you can love him, but you can give him the chance today. I mean, no one. He's just awesome.
he
Um,
was great in the main event too. To be honest.
yeah, he is. And so basically, what we get after that Jesse promo is our next tag team match, our second to last tag team of the night. We have the
Holy
WWE.
hell, this match.
Yeah, we have the WWE Tag Team Championship belts on the line here. We have Demolition, Axe and Smash. We've seen them a couple times with Mr. Fuji and Jimmy
Yeah,
Hart.
and Jimmy Hart. Did this kind of hurt your heart a little bit, man? To see Jimmy Hart has turned against the Hart Foundation.
Yeah, too many hearts in here, not on the same team.
Yeah, for real.
And then we had the Hart Foundation, who are now good guys. They actually,
Yes, we traded for the Rougeaus in the draft, and man,
thank
did we win.
God, what an
I
upbringing we
love the
have.
Rougeaus, but they are not the Hart Foundation.
Mhm. But yeah, so basically this match, it was pretty good. I actually enjoyed it. What do
I
you
thought
think?
this match was great, dude. This is my match of the night.
Okay,
Like
okay.
and this is also, I think, probably the best tag match that we've seen on the shows we've watched.
Yeah, and especially these are two different styles of wrestling tag teams.
And Bret Hart, as you would think initially, when you see the Harts work as heel, you don't really think too much of like. I don't think it would work as a babyface, but it actually does because Bret Hart's selling is so fucking good, and Jim Neidhart is such a good powerhouse that when he gets the hot tag and starts like coming in and beating the fuck out of Demolition, it feels like, oh man, like the energy's there and it goes so well. Like they complement each other so well. And I thought this match was so good. The Harts worked so well with Demolition. Bret Hart sold his ass off. Bret Hart is so fucking good, even in '88 here.
They had
Sorry,
this.
that's my
No,
Bret Hart is awesome rant,
no,
dude.
he is. I agree. He's awesome. He's fucking awesome in this match. I love Bret Hart. But there's this one move they do here where it's towards the end of the match where Bret uses the ropes to slingshot Jim to the outside, and I thought that shit was awesome, bro.
Yes, yes, that was so cool.
they they I am so glad to be able to see them as a heel or as a face team,
Yeah.
before Jim leaves.
Right, right.
Um,
Because I don't know how much longer we're gonna have Jim Neidhart. Because I know he's kind of in and out.
I think it's 91.
Okay.
So we are getting
Um,
close.
I say every tag match, like the way that they structure these tag matches just makes my head hurt. This did not really have that issue because usually I feel like they go to the hot tag in the most awkward spots, like the most awkward moments. They don't let the drama build. This did not happen in this match. They did the thing where uh Brett is fighting his life and he gets the tag, but the referee was distracted by Jimmy Hart or Mr. Fuji or one or the other, demolition guy, and the ref has to then force Jim back in because he didn't know that they made the tag, and the crowd never has reacted to it like they do right in this match. They had the crowd the whole time, and then
Mhm.
right after when Brett breaks away and he gets the actual tag, crowd comes unglued, and that could happen in every tag match if they would just you know go with the flow of the crowd that way and like the way the crowd's reacting. But every tag match is just tag in whenever the fuck you want, beat dude up, take over whenever, tag other guy in, and there's no structure to it. There's no logic or like progression with the story we're telling. Whereas this one told a story and they told it so well. All right, there you go. There's your Cam's passionate about a match
No, I loved it. That was
spiel.
good. That was good. Uh, yeah, no, I totally agree. And what's good is like even at the beginning of the match, when they were getting cheers, you can literally Gorilla goes like, "Oh, here's something you haven't heard that much: the Hearts getting cheers," and you just like the passion that they had for him. You even saw signs with the fans. You know, they had
Yeah,
"We love the Hearts" or whatever the signs they were showing.
yeah, they've
Um,
gone full tilt. Like we love these people now.
yeah, fucking awesome and good for them. They deserve it.
That, that's one of the cool things about the crowds in this time period is once you turn babyface, they'll just forgive you for whatever. They just love you now. Like you, like who are some of the like Randy Savage, bro? Randy Savage. He spent years being mean to his wife on TV, and we're just like, yeah, dude, I love him to death now. He's such a great guy, best guy ever. I'm trying to see other heels that like other baby faces that were former heels, but there aren't that many I see on this show that I can think of a good material to keep this joke going with. So I've kind of fallen flat here.
Nah, you're fine.
But you
Uh,
get it. You get what I'm saying though. Like once you turn babyface, the crowd just accepts it. They don't think about like, oh well, I still haven't forgiven you from that time you did this to my favorite wrestler. They're like, hey, fuck that time, man. That guy's turned heel and I hate him now.
uh, but yeah, so at the end of the match, what happens though is the ref was tied up with Jimmy Hart, and then all of a sudden, we had Mr. Fuji, I'm pretty sure. He gave the megaphone to Axe, who hit Bret Hart with it, and then Smash covered him, and then they won 1, 2, 3.
Hell yeah.
Sad.
Really, really good match, man. Finish was I didn't mind it because I like that Jimmy Hart being involved, like being out there just strictly because he doesn't like the Hearts. He's not even aligned with Demolition really. He's just here to fuck over the Hearts. And the megaphone coming into play was just so good. That's the storytelling thing I'm talking about, man. Like how many times did the Hearts use that megaphone to get a win they didn't deserve over a babyface team, and now they're falling victim to it.
Yeah, yeah. It's the double-edged sword, right?
Yeah, it's that fucking karma, I guess. The crowd's forgiving, but karma is not.
But yeah, so after the match, we get we get Honky Tonk.
Here it is, man. See?
Yeah, backstage, he's throwing a fit. He's basically saying, "I said I'd face anyone. I didn't say I'd face a warrior."
That line killed me.
It did,
That
dude. That line is so good. Oh my god. Oh, that shit was hilarious.
See, you wouldn't have got that promo if he had won, man. Now, granted, you probably would have had a great promo that we'd find funny, but this was great.
Yeah, I mean that shit was hilarious. Oh, oh, that was so funny. But yeah, so we get to our penultimate match of the night. We
No,
have what?
no,
Yeah, penultimate, second to last.
yeah, we have we have 3 more matches.
What? What am I? Oh, you're right. My bad. That's on me. My bad. My notes are looking weird. Uh,
Because
so
we got a debut here, buddy.
we do.
Yeah,
Uh,
you said you were telling people to hide their girlfriends and their wives from Rick Rude. Hide Matilda. The Islanders aren't the problem anymore because the big boss man is here. You don't get that joke just yet, but in 1999, you're gonna laugh so hard at this.
don't you love Big Boss Man?
I fucking love the big boss man, and as I mentioned, it's not really gonna have much to do with anything he does in the 80s. It's that 90s I've lost my shit heel run. Man, it's gonna be fun.
I think you told me what happens with.
Yeah, man. I won't.
We'll save it.
Whew. I mean, look, everyone. A lot of people know what happens with Big Boss Man later on, but like, I don't want to spoil anything for you that you might not know about. But Big Boss Man's gonna be up to some shit. But for now, enjoy him for what he is, because like, I think he's still pretty great here, honestly.
Yeah, we get his debut here. I don't know if it's his actual debut or
I mean, it's
our
the first time
debut
we
with
see
him.
him.
Yeah.
It's the
And you
first
know
time
what?
we're seeing him.
You know what? Fuck it. It's his debut.
It's his debut, man.
Holy shit. Who would have thought WrestleMania 90 or 88 would be his debut? We get to see it. But yeah, so it's Big Boss Man versus Coco Beware. What do you
Now, Big
think?
Boss Man has Slick with him.
Yeah, he does. He does. You're right. What do you think about these Coco Beware placements that we keep getting randomly?
Yeah, Coco Beware is having the fucking earn a spot on this roster by putting everybody over, man.
Yeah. Who was his first? Well, he won his first match we saw, I think.
It was him against Butch Reed.
Butch Reed, yeah. But he
And
might have won
but
it.
one of our things about Coco Beware has been we haven't had the chance to really see him have a real single match.
Hmm.
Because the one at WrestleMania 3 was like pretty short. And yeah, this this wasn't bad. I like Coco Beware now. I didn't dislike him before, but now I can certainly see that, it's at least not gonna be bad when I get to watch him wrestle. Fair at best, but like it gets going pretty well, and like once it gets going, it turns into a pretty good match. Like it's just another one I didn't really dislike. I thought it was just a fine match. The marquee matches on the show are there to be the marquee matches and like have the time. And then you have matches like this where it's just keep the crowd alive but don't kill them. Let them calm down a bit before the big stuff comes. And I thought for what that was, much like the what was it, Bad News Brown Ken Patera, it fulfilled the needs of the match just fine. I thought. I'm
Okay.
going on some like rants about these matches today, dude. Not rants, but like some real big spiels and like speeches.
No, I mean I love it. So
All right, good.
yeah, but yeah, I thought Big Boss Man. I think his ring presence is really good. Uh, Coco
His gear
Beware.
stresses me out.
He's a cop, right?
Yeah, but
He's
he's got
Paul
like a
Blart,
bunch of
but
like
if he was 6'7".
he's got like badges and handcuffs and all like keys and shit. I'm just thinking of all the stuff that could like cut yourself with and like catch on something or poke you. Like imagine you go and take a line from Boss Man, but like one of the pins of his little
He's
badge
stabbing
came
you.
out of place and like and stabs you in the fucking face or something or in the chest when he clotheslines you because he didn't realize it was happening and he hits hard or something. Like imagine the odds of this. It can't be that low.
One thing that happened during this was we had the uh Big Boss Man was tied up in the ring at the beginning.
Hey, okay, I want to point this out because I thought about this as soon as this spot happened. last week we were talking about this, where they get their arms tied up in the ropes.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, I don't really think they do them a lot on modern wrestling anymore because I never see the ropes be that loose. And then they literally have the bloodline like string up Cody on the ropes like that, and while they beat the fuck out of Randy Orton. Like literally days after we had the conversation about them not doing it that much anymore.
You had to bring it up.
Yeah, they're listening, dude. Triple H listens confirmed.
Imagine.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, what are these two going to talk about this week? We got
Yeah,
good match.
so next week we're gonna see man, what's something we're gonna see a ghetto blaster.
Imagine, imagine Cody does a ghetto blaster
Cody
on
hits a ghetto
Solo
blaster on
Sokoa this
Solo, yeah.
Friday. uh, but yeah, Boss Man, how he ends this match, he basically does like this slam. Does he have
Yeah, the Boss Man Slam.
the Boss Man slam?
Yeah, that's all it is, the Boss Man Slam.
And he wins the match 1, 2, 3. How long? I'm gonna guess 4:48.
5:57.
Okay, close.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I like that we get Boss Man now. I don't know how long he's gonna be here, but I like having Boss Man around. I think this is cool.
does
I'm
he
excited to see where
jump
this
ship?
goes. At some point he'll be in WCW, but it's gonna be like 96 or some shit. Like I mean, he's around when the NWO starts, but then he's back in WWF by like 98, I think.
Okay, that's good then. That's good.
Because he goes from this look where he's like the big guy in the cop outfit to like he slims down a lot, and he's in like the precursor to the Shield, where he's like the security guard, and he comes out twirling the baton and shit with the cool ass dark sunglasses. Yeah, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I was just listening
Okay.
to you talk about Big Boss Man.
All
But
right.
yeah, so after the match though, Boss Man starts hitting Coco in the ribs with his nightstick. Those props. Well, do you think they were props back then, or you think it was like an actual nightstick?
I I don't know. I'd imagine that if it is like an actual nightstick, then he's either like hitting him, like he's pulling it a little, or he's hitting at least hitting him in safe spots. But if it's a prop, and it could be. I didn't pay enough attention to the nightstick because I didn't expect it to come into play like that. But there used to be times in like the Attitude Era when he would come out and he would actually like bash it against the steps to more or less kind of show you that it
Oh,
was a
show
real
you that
one.
it was real. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That shit's crazy. But yeah. All in all, I mean, I enjoyed seeing Boss Man's first in-ring experience, and I know you did as well. So that's good.
Yeah, and it was also, like I said, good to see Coco Beware get to actually kind of have a match. I enjoyed him. I think he's like just fine. He fits the role that they want, where he's like mid card guy that's got some flashy moves. He's got a flashy entrance that's fun to like dance to. He's got a bird that's cool to it's cool to watch him like flap around and do all that fun shit. And like he puts Frankie on the rope and all that, and he'll like walk across it like, oh look, I'm a bird or whatever the fuck Frankie says. And he's cool. He's got presentation to him, and he can take losses from heels to make heels look good. So he's doing his job very well, I think.
All right.
This dude took a loss to Bobby Heenan last show. Maybe we
Oh
should
yeah,
return
he
the
did.
favor
You're
and get
right.
Coco a
Yeah.
win, bro. Let's get Coco a win on like a Saturday Night Main Event or something, dude. Come on.
Yeah, bad soon. Yeah. You know what? Give him Macho Man. WWF
Yeah, fuck
Championship.
it, yeah.
Fuck it.
Yeah, let him win the next Rumble,
Him
dude.
versus Bad News Brown and Macho Man triple threat, steel cage. Whoever wins, new champion.
There you go. And
Shit doesn't.
we'll make Slick the guest referee, so there's no one that's biased.
Fuck. I wish they would. I wish they'd have a manager battle royal.
Oh man, that would be great. I'm trying to think if they've ever done something like that. That would be incredible.
Who would you take to win?
I don't know. Frenchie Martin looks kind of tough. Bobby Heenan's got an actual pinfall on this show.
Yeah, I guess we gotta go for him. Might as well.
Yeah.
But
Mr.
after
Fuji is an actual former tag team champion though, so
what was his
like Mr.
team?
Fuji, I think I'm not sure if it was like he was in a team with somebody or it was just like a random this guy and this guy team together. But I remember that Fuji was actually like a tag team champion at some point. He used to wrestle before he was a manager, so maybe I'll pick Fuji. Actually, no, I picked the Baron.
Yeah, that dude's scary, so I don't blame you.
Well, this show, Peggy Sue wouldn't have been an option. So,
Yeah, I would have chosen her. You're right.
because I'd have chosen Sherry Martel to fuck anyone up, to be honest with you.
So basically, what happens next is we actually get to see the point of view of Ultimate Warrior in his locker room now.
Yeah, and he's just taken a nice hit of LSD. Cause, fuck, dude.
And the spaceship landed on the planet of parts unknown.
This guy was. I don't know what the fuck was going on. Like, this dude was like Hogan, but if Hogan was given illicit drugs instead of vitamins and prayers.
Yeah, like hallucinogenics and stuff.
Yeah, like Ultimate Warrior has lost his goddamn mind, but in his place he found the Intercontinental Championship. So cool.
It all works out in the end.
I guess. I fucking guess.
But yeah.
This promo was wild. Like it was short, but like I also love all the baby faces that are like pretending to be happy for this dude. While this dude just says the most of like asinine shit. Ugh.
Yeah, I mean, he literally got to win an Intercontinental Champion while they're just not. So.
Yeah, like the British Bulldogs are back there pissed because they couldn't beat a team of Canadians in 20 minutes, while this dude's like, I just won a title in 30 seconds.
Holy shit, the luck he got, yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But after that, was that the first time he spoke on here?
I'm pretty sure it's the first time we've heard him speak, but I don't know if it's the first time he spoke or not.
I'm thinking
I
he's
hope he
never
talks
spoken
more.
normal.
I hope he talks more in character because homie behind the paint's got some wild opinions and observations and views on things. But yeah, Ultimate Warrior is just all about spaceships and rocket fuel and
Oh, in real life he
whatever.
does?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, did
Oh, yeah, my bad.
you know? You know. Yeah. I guess R.I.P. and stuff. You know.
Yeah, that's on me.
Oh hey. I mean.
But after
Yeah.
this match, we get now our penultimate. We have
Yes.
Jake the
The
Snake
semi-main is
Roberts.
as it can sometimes be called. I would not say this is semi-main though. I would say this is the penultimate match.
We get a. Did they not wrestle last? Did they wrestle against each other in WrestleMania, or is that wrong?
No, Hercules wrestled Billy Jack Haynes, and then and then like Don Morocco or something, right?
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I thought there was a lot of repetition, but yeah, I think you're
Oh,
right.
there's repetition. Why wasn't this just Jake Roberts versus Rick Rude? And instead of Rick Rude versus JYD, it could have just been Hercules JYD.
Yeah, I don't know. I would have definitely thought it was that because did uh did what's his name even come out during this match?
No,
Okay, that's what I thought.
no. But also, why would he? Because Jake Roberts wants to fuck him up. But he didn't even like show up to try to cost him the match against Hercules. Like, who gives a fuck if Hercules pins Jake Roberts, especially if it's with the help of Rick Rude? Like, why? Because Rick Rude got a win by showing his tights with Jake Roberts' wife. So he gets like a bit of a victory, you know, a little mental victory on him there. But then Jake Roberts attacks him. Okay, cool. Go get your revenge and cost him a match and get another victory, bro. Like, be a heel, man. Although he has healed the fuck out because his dude's wife's airbrushed on his tights.
Yeah,
So
his face is on his crotch. Yeah, so
yeah, so I guess he has used up all of his heel energy for one show. So
yeah,
I guess we're cool with this.
he only
But
gets 10 hill points per show, and he used it all. Yeah. Oh, he definitely used it all.
Yeah, he actually like dipped into the ones he's allowed to use next show, I bet.
Fuck yeah. I
If he
don't
is
even.
substantially less heel next show, then that makes this joke relevant, that would be so hilarious.
I hope so.
Because next show's Survivor Series, so he's not gonna have the time.
Yeah, he'll probably be. He'll definitely be on a team. I don't see a way
He will
where he's not.
100% be on a team.
Yeah, I don't see there's a way where he's not. It's probably Team Jake versus Team. What's his name? That's probably one of the matches.
Yeah, that's probably one. Yeah, I think that would make sense. If they
Um,
can stretch this out another 3 months, but if it's gone from fucking Mania, then
I have a question. Is the DDT the RKO of the 80s?
if you're Jake Roberts, I guess.
Because the way that they proclaimed this DDT, I know it's his finisher, but they the DDT could take down Hulk and Andre at the same time.
It would 100% be the meme if those existed back then.
DDT out of nowhere.
Yeah, it would 100% be the meme.
I bet there was memes. They just nah. I'm not gonna say something stupid. Uh, what's the snake's name? I always forget it. Damien, right?
Yeah, Damien. Yeah, that's what the DDT means. Is Damien Death Trap.
What the? I never caught on to that. Have you said that before?
I don't remember. Probably. Who knows? But
Uh,
it's just DDT. Like everyone just calls it DDT. I don't know if anyone, like I'm not obviously not if anyone, but I don't know if all the people that use DDTs are aware of that shit. But like that's the name of the DDT.
the thing why I always bring up it's the greatest move ever is because literally in that Royal Rumble, every other thing was like, is it DDT? And it wasn't.
Yeah, if he just puts his arm around your head at all, DDT.
Also, they
I've named
pointed out that Bobby Heenan wasn't with Hercules in this match because he was getting ready for the main event.
and it makes sense, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
I named every time that that happens what you're referring to a DDTs.
DDTs. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
uh, yeah. So, what do you think on this match?
uh Again, not in a bad one, but it at some points it really did start to drag and get a little boring. But I think it was still Jake's best match that we've got to see him have so far, despite the dull moments, because it's usually been just wrestle 2 minutes and dumb shit happens, throw a snake at him. Whereas this one, he went 10 minutes with Hercules.
Really?
Yeah, and I like the match wasn't bad. Like I said, it just started to drag a little bit at times. Mostly when it was Hercules, putting his heat on fucking Jake. Although Jake put this dude in in the shin lock for so fucking long.
That's one thing I hate about I'm not gonna say they're the same style because they're definitely not, but they do
No.
this thing where they wear and tear the other person down for a good 3 minutes. They over exaggerate it in the 80s. If you get what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
uh, Hercules has more of like a strong style, like a strong man style, where it's like a bunch of power shit. And Jake Roberts is like that southern kind of shit, where it's like a little more hold based, but still slams and shit, like still a little rugged. If
Yeah.
that makes sense.
No, I agree. One good thing I like to well, never mind. If I say it, it's gonna be the ending, but um. Did you did you have anything else on it? I mean I thought it was a pretty good
Uh,
okay, our main event's next. We get to see Jake the Snake Roberts fight and he fights someone that we all hate, Hercules, who tore down the walls of Olympus and beat up everyone. Yeah, so what I liked towards the end is that he finally did hit the DDT. And that's where I made the joke about it's the RKO of the 80s.
yeah, he kind of like you said, just kind of brought it out of nowhere. Because I literally wrote down in my notes a lot of wrestling happens until Jake catches the DDT. I
Because
thought
I
the
mean,
little setup into it was pretty good.
yeah, because Hercules hits an elbow drop and then tries to slam him, but Jake reverses it and hits that DDT. Right? I think that's how it ended.
Yeah,
Yeah. I didn't think it was too bad. I would say could be the worst singles of the night. Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. And I still feel bad saying it, other than like maybe Ultimate Warrior Honky Tonk Man, but I mean, it's not,
No.
can't count that.
Yeah. That match didn't happen.
I don't know. Did you like it better than Rick Rude Junkyard Dog?
No.
Okay. And then yeah, you're probably right then. Unless you really didn't like Dino Bravo Don Morocco.
I like that one.
Because I'll definitely say that Big Boss Man Coco Beware was better than this match.
Yeah, especially we could see the debut of Boss Man.
So yeah, sure, worst single match, but still, like, I feel bad saying that, but also saying it's the best Jake Roberts match that I've got to see so far. But man, give me that Rick Rude match now. That there's actually some heat to it.
How long was this match?
10 minutes, 10:06.
Really? That's
And
crazy.
I think that's kind of one of the things that is making every Jake Roberts match feel a little is they're all so long and there's not really that much to them. It's just wrestling.
Yeah. Uh,
He has a secret weapon, but it's not the same kind of secret weapon we're about to see. But he
after
makes
the
us go through 10 minutes of, fair at best wrestling to see a snake for 6 seconds.
Yeah, I was about to say he slams Damien on him. Like he's
Yeah,
like shoving it in his
yeah, it's
face.
like Damien pissed him off. He's like, "Get the fuck down there."
I think he was probably still mad about his whole wife situation.
So he takes it out on the snake. That's fucked up.
Hey man, I'm not a part of the script writers, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, man. You know who is though? Brother Love. So let's
Fucking love, brother, love. But yeah, so after this match, we got the basically this was the one where it was the build up of, why are we all here? How do we get here with it was like a video package of Macho Man choosing Macho Man choosing Randy Savage. Macho Man choosing Hulk Hogan to be his partner, and basically what happened after WrestleMania 4.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, we already all know. Them four hate each other. Hogan beat Ted for the title. Andre and Hogan hate each other. All that. No need to really get into it. We talked about it at the beginning anyway for a while.
There is this part where they show like a segment where Ventura's on like Brother Love's show or something.
Yeah.
And I guess it's supposed to be a segment that makes us believe that Ventura is babyface because he's like threatening Brother Love or something. Um, so I guess there's at least that where it's if like some form of doubt that he'll just be an outright heel. Um, I guess that adds a little bit to it, but I kind of went into this just assuming that Jesse Ventura was gonna pretty much be a heel.
Yeah. I mean, I for 9 episodes, I've known Jesse Ventura to be the guy who's like, no, that's the right move. Go for the low blow or hit him with the mega horn. You got to use your own resources. I've never,
Yeah,
never seen him
I
as the fair guy.
I will say that he didn't really feel like he influenced the ending or anything like that much. Like I do think him being there added something though. Um,
Yeah, we got to see an awesome person be the guest referee.
yeah, that too, and also probably the best referee attire I think I've ever seen and ever will see.
The
Okay,
white shirt he's wearing.
just yeah, the whole fucking get up is that's how referees should dress, man. I love him at the beginning though because he's such a heel that his heel nature has him just feeling obligated to just establish to everybody like I'm the ref, bro. I've got control of this shit. I'll end all of this right now. And he ends up, bro. They're in the corners and they're about to start, and this motherfucker goes to both corners and moves their tag ropes.
um, Also, one good thing about the beginning, did you see where they were arguing Macho Man and Hogan on who should start first versus Andre?
Did they do like a rock paper scissors or something?
No, they were pushing each other, not like I hate you type pushing, but they're like I should be it, or I should be it, blah 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 blah. And then finally they settled on Macho Man, which the other side was like Ted was just like you're gonna do it first.
Yeah, yeah, you're starting this shit for sure.
Yeah, you're Andre the fucking Giant. So, but yeah, basically what happens is they introduce a special guest referee first, Jesse Ventura. I looked up a picture of him. It's kind of like a tasseled jacket.
Yeah,
Uh, and yeah, Gorilla Monsoon makes a reference to his outfit. And then they introduce the Mega Bucks, which is Ted and Andre with Virgil and Bobby the Brain Heenan. Bobby is back from his trip. We didn't even mention that.
yeah. I
From
was
being away
so
from
confused
Hogan.
on that as well because is Heenan that devoted to taking down Hogan? Because his contract was bought. Like Andre's contract was bought from him, and he took a vacation and came back, and he just comes back to Andre. That's pretty cool, I
Wasn't
guess. Like,
in the first WrestleMania, was it Bobby trying to get Big John Studd to
yeah,
slam?
the slam Andre, yeah,
What a circle moment we've come back to at WrestleMania 4.
yeah. I mean, and 3 even because he managed Andre at 3.
Oh yeah. And in the
But
tournament.
this dude is given for what we're to believe, an obscene amount of money for his client Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
Take all this money and go on vacation, and when you come back, you can just come back to managing Andre, man. You can still have him.
What a life he gets to live. Lucky
Yeah,
bastard.
what a fucking deal. Ted DiBiase, man, like quite the just, he's a great guy. Quite the contributor.
And next, introduced, of course, the Mega Powers. They enter to Savage's theme song.
I thought that was kind of strange that Hogan came out with them. I was
Yep.
expecting, I was expecting the champion to come out first and then Real American hit. But no,
Yeah.
man.
They do the
Only
thing
pomp
where
and circumstance.
they point towards the ramp. They're like, my partner.
Yeah.
And that's when I'm a Real American should hit.
Yeah. But no.
Nope. Not at all.
They're they're doing their best to not make it look like Savage is still the number 2 guy behind Hogan. They're doing their best to make it look like Savage is the guy right now.
Yep. Here are the reins. You take over.
Yeah.
Love it. Uh,
He's
yeah.
still got to be Hogan's friend though and tag with him in main events instead of defending the belt on SummerSlam. But it's okay. It's okay. We're here. And this match is fine.
Wasn't it adorable that Hogan decided to match Elizabeth and Macho Man as well in the
Yes,
yellow?
yeah. Yeah, absolutely. You mean, sorry, hey, dude. You mean, isn't it adorable that Savage and Macho Man, or sorry, that Savage and Elizabeth wore yellow to match Hogan?
Oh yeah, that's on me. I forgot. Yeah, he's actually the yellow. Yeah, I read the situation wrong here.
Yeah, it just says Mega Powers on their trunks is all.
Yeah, Hogan's not third wheeling; they're actually two wheeling to be his sidekick, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't think that's ever been said in the history of words. Two wheeling. Uh, yeah. After that, we start out with Savage and Andre. I love how Savage tries to bring the fight to Andre, but that lasts about 2 seconds before he starts getting his ass kicked.
He
And then,
locked up with Andre. That was
hmm
wild.
hmm and then Andre backs him in the corner. He tags in DiBiase, and then guess what he does? He's like, "I want Hogan," which is crazy.
He thinks
And
he wants Hogan.
yeah, and they do their lock up, um, and then the match basically begins there. So what did you think on it?
I really like the aspect that like the heels are completely exploiting the fact that Ventura is an inexperienced referee by constantly getting him like distracted with other shit so they can keep cheating. It's a really small detail, but I notice and appreciate it. That thing that Savage does where he grabs their head and he jumps over the ropes and like wrings their neck on the top rope.
Mm-hmm.
I love how DiBiase takes it because he basically just bounces like across the entire fucking ring. Andre, he's putting his heat on Savage. He's literally just like slamming his entire ass into into Savage, just sitting on him. It looked fucking crazy rough.
Listen, I literally wrote, and I'm so glad you said that. I wrote, this is the most loose I've seen Andre in a match.
Yeah, every time we see him, every time we've seen him since he's become a heel, he has become like substantially better as a heel than he was the time before. Even
I
if the
agree.
match wasn't as great or whatever as it is, although I will say this is probably the best match I've seen Andre in, I guess, really in terms
Mhm.
of like entire work rate because I thought this match was really good, honestly. Um, yeah, dude, Andre's like he's really feeling himself as a heel. He looks better as a heel, I think. Like he looks fucking scary. Like if this dude was coming at me with the intent to hurt me, I'd be terrified.
If I was a under 10-year-old kid back then, I would have nightmares of Andre the Giant.
If I'm Bob Uecker and I've been strangled like he did to Bob Uecker last show, I don't ever think I'd get the memory of that dude's hands around my throat out of my head.
Yeah,
Like
it'd be awkward.
I close my eyes. I'd have to close my eyes at night and think about the fact that if Andre the Giant really wanted me dead at that moment in time, I probably would be.
Yeah, a little bit more pressure. That's all he needed, really. Because his hands to
Dude,
his
he
neck
had him.
ratio is crazy. The hands to
Um,
neck ratio.
so DiBiase, I
Mhm.
feel like his bumping and his selling is the best of all the heels on this roster right now.
I agree because
He
there's the moment where Randy Savage gets the hot tag and he starts beating the shit out of DiBiase and he's selling every fucking punch on that shit.
There's a part where DiBiase goes to do his own elbow drop to Savage, just a standing one, and he moves. And he literally just takes it and then like flips and rolls all the way back. Like he does the whole tree pose and
Mhm.
everything and falls all the way over. Flawless, dude. Brilliant. This was amazing. Eventually Andre grabs Hogan from behind, that thing where he gets him by his hair, what's
Yep.
left of it. And he gets that like, "Oh, I got you" look
You
in his face.
asshole.
For about the 500th fucking time he gets that shit. I feel like I've seen that so many times in the past 4 or 5 shows that we've done.
Yep. And you know what? You know what happens right after that part?
He headbutts him,
Yep.
and
And
then
then
he chokes him.
so basically what happens is Andre, after he's getting choked, Andre's choking Hogan. Andre
Yeah,
dumps Hogan outside the ring. And then after that, Hulk and Savage are both on the outside. So Virgil and Heaton, they go on the apron and they're talking to him. So Elizabeth goes on the apron, Cameron.
yeah,
And
man.
you know what she does?
She's secret weapons.
She takes off her gold skirt to reveal a red bikini bottom. And
Yep.
not only did the 4 men inside the ring go insane, the whole fucking arena went crazy. It was wild. So many horny men there. It was crazy.
I
Uh,
feel like this was the first time we've seen direct, blatant sex appeal used here.
yeah, especially for Elizabeth too.
It's almost like some competition with a lot of monies on the way.
Wait, what? I don't know what
Well,
you're talking
WCW's coming, brother. It's almost
about.
like there's another wrestling company, so we need a reason for people to keep watching our product. Elizabeth's not wearing pants anymore on our show, guys.
Yeah, we're going to scandalous season now.
Wait till you see them go into panic mode and the Attitude Era starts. Wait till you see the sex appeal there.
And then, so did you see what Savage and Hogan did on the outside? They like shook hands. They
Hey,
shook.
thanks for helping me come up with the plan where my wife shows her fucking panties to the crowd. Hey, no problem, brother.
uh, and so what happens next is Savage jumped off the top rope, hit Andre, And then
I
Savage
like that. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Savage knocks Heenan and Virgil off the apron as well. Hogan hits DiBiase with a body slam.
Oh God.
And here's is the funniest. Uh, wait, was it? No, it was. I totally missed this part. But I wanted to bring it up earlier. Do you remember when I think it was uh Macho Man tried to go for the elbow or something, and Hogan literally just put his boot in the air and just fucking hit him? Or not Hogan, but Andre. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
That shit was hilarious to me, and I'm so sad I didn't bring it up earlier. Because on the other side, Hogan is
Yeah, he ate
choking out.
shit. I remember
Yeah,
that part. Like he jumps and like he goes for the elbow drop, and Andre puts his boot up, and he literally just eats shit on it.
and Hogan is literally choking out DiBiase on the other side. It's like, so he's gonna get to do that to him, but you're gonna boot him in the face? That's crazy.
Dude,
Yeah,
I love that the only person seemingly unfazed by Elizabeth taking her skirt off was Randy Savage because it's nothing he hadn't seen before. He's going home with her. This is nothing new to him.
dude, the shock and awe factor of Elizabeth taking off the secret weapon that
I thought it was
we
so
hinted at
weird
earlier. It was weird. It is weird. It still is weird.
because like there's been nothing about that like about Elizabeth or her character or anyone's character that would make me think that she could believably be like she just wanted to take her clothes off this whole time. Like that's all she wanted.
Yeah, it's weird.
I
It
mean,
really
I
is.
mean, look, she did it to help her husband and her friend Hogan win a tag match, and she knew that her horn dog enemies weren't going to be able to control themselves. Neither would the referee that may or may not be crooked. Which honestly, I don't think Ventura took money from Ted DiBiase, and if he did, he owes it back to him because he didn't really fuck them over that much. Like he really didn't make any attempt to fuck the baby faces over.
Literally after Savage hits DiBiase with the elbow, Hogan then goes for the leg drop, and Savage literally grabs or points at Ventura, and he's like, "Go over there, count it."
Yeah, he forces him to make the count.
Yeah.
Um, I, the joke I have, or the note I have written down for Elizabeth is, you gotta give the people what they want. You just gotta.
Yep. Sex appeal and Hogan and
Yeah.
Macho Man winning.
That's it.
That's all it is.
Huge assist to Elizabeth for this win. I would
Yeah.
say. I'd say Elizabeth won the fucking match for him. I think if they had started with that this match wouldn't have lasted 14 minutes and 43 seconds. It would have lasted probably about 15 if they had just started with the secret weapon.
This match or that part of the match is if good googly moogly was a picture. That's what that was.
I'm just glad people like Bob Euchre weren't around.
Oh my God, could you imagine?
How does Vanna White feel about Elizabeth now? Is she still thinks she's great? Stand up growl or
Give me Elizabeth all day.
oh man, there's SummerSlam, man. How do you feel?
Uh, you know what? I'll get into it first. All right.
All right.
So for the first ever SummerSlam, I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun with it. I thought the main event was great, especially the build-up of all we had. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know how many more main events we're gonna get. I assume Survivor Series will be a main event, including them four. I don't know who's gonna be. Well, if I had to take a guess for WrestleMania 5 from Macho Man's opponents, it could be Ted, maybe. Uh, but it's totally fine if it's not. Hopefully it's the Honky Tonk Man, because I'm just a Honky Tonk Man. That's the saddest part of the night. Honky Tonk Man losing in 30 seconds. I don't know how I'm gonna ever recover from it. Because he is awesome. He should be getting cheers, not boos. The tag team matches, they were okay. The Hearts being faces now, I love that. I got to see my guy and the Bolsheviks They were great. But the Hearts. Let me go back to the Hearts real quick. The Hearts were fantastic. Really, really good. And so basically, the first
Yeah.
match with the Bulldogs and the Rougeaus, I think it was an okay way to start out SummerSlam. Some of the single matches, I didn't understand the booking, but we're not watching every single episode, so I guess we can rely on that. But it should have just been Jake the Snake versus Rick Rude, and we would have solved half the problems here. But all in all, I would give SummerSlam. Let me go. Best performer of the night. I would have to give it to the. Mm, I'm just gonna say the Hart Foundation for best performers of the night.
All right.
Just because
Okay.
I think
All
that
right.
was my favorite match of the night as well. You know what? I'm not gonna say favorite. I think the main event was my favorite because the whole Elizabeth angle and everyone I loved there was in it. Best promo easily was Honky Tonk Man after he lost. And then I'm going to go with the best new addition to the show. Give me Brother Love.
Okay, best new edition. All right.
Yeah.
That's a cool thing we could add, like best,
New
like, yeah,
person to see.
best first time person.
All right.
I never even thought of that. That's yeah, okay. Let me look up and down this now to see who I think it is, because I've got some candidates. Okay, so for me, all in all, I really did like the show. I think in terms of like quantity of good wrestling and like on a consistent basis, this is probably the best show as far as that went. Like, I understand that some matches kind of dragged for you a little bit, but this match had the least amount of goddamn I want this to be over with than we've had. Like, not any of these matches ever got to the point where I wanted them to end. Even the time limit draw. This match had a title change, like a good main event, the rude tight moment. Um, I thought the main event was really fucking cool, and every time there's a good main event with Hogan, it kind of shocks me because, even though at this point I've come to expect it, but going into this, I wasn't the biggest fan of Hogan. I've never really been that big into him. I wasn't really high on the work of Andre the Giant at first, but I've really come to like Andre as a heel, and I've grown to really appreciate the the ability that Hulk Hogan truly did have, like the talent, the charisma, all that shit. And plus, Randy Savage is still Randy Savage. This is probably the best pure wrestler that's held the WWF Championship to this point in history. I think, like, because this dude's just so fucking good. That opener was fucking awesome, and to the point where I never even wondered about I thought about the time limit draw as a joke from the last time, not realizing that, oh shit, they've actually wrestled 20 minutes here. That was pretty crazy. That tag title match, best tag match that we've watched so far in all the shows that we've watched.
Easily.
That yeah, yeah. This show was really easy to watch, and I think that's what helps me appreciate some of these matches better. It wasn't a 4-hour WrestleMania card with a bunch of matches that went on too long and just took up time, and and tried to fill out the gaps between all the big marquee matches. This was just, this was 10 fucking matches, but it was only 2.5 hours. It was easy to get through. So, performer of the night for me, I'm gonna have to give to Ron Bass for murdering Brutus Beefcake. I'm kidding. It's Bret Hart. It's Bret Hart.
That was awesome.
The match of the night is the tag title match for me, but obviously you could give an honorable mention to the main event because it honestly was it wasn't like, oh my god, this wrestling is so good. It's this energy is so good.
And this story that we've been telling and
Yes,
like where
yes.
we've gotten to, it's just all culminating and it's like, okay, we're here now.
It just feels like a big deal. And the Mega Bucks, that's such a good fucking name
Yep. Which I didn't
for those
realize what it
two.
really meant until the match started.
But for promo, I picked Ultimate Warrior post celebration.
Okay, yeah,
Which is
first
funny
on
because
Fox.
it's the other side of the coin for your promo of the night.
Yeah.
And I think my moment of the night, because I don't want to give it to Ron Bass murdering Brutus Beefcake because it didn't actually happen on this show. It was just a recap. So I gave it to the Ultimate Warrior winning just because it was an embarrassing ending for Honky Tonk Man. And let me tell you, as a person that loves working heel, there are very few things that's truly satisfying as like getting that moment where your character got his. Um, it's very satisfying. And if I had been Honky Tonk Man in that situation, I would have been like really proud of myself for for ending the title run that way. I see the point of, man, it's a year-long run and that's how it ended. But I explained earlier, that's the way that character should lose that title in disgrace, the same way he's held it.
Yeah, like he would. Yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure Honky Tonk Man was probably not too upset that he lost it that way.
And how much more do you, and also probably everyone else in that crowd that watched that show that night, care about the Ultimate Warrior? Like, how much more intrigued are you by the Ultimate Warrior? Probably.
A
Oh,
lot.
I did put for segment. I wrote recap of Brutus Beefcake's murder. But honestly, I think segment should go to main event because segment is more to me than just like the match itself. It's like, beginning of the person coming out to the end of the last guy walking out. And I love Jesse Ventura laying out the rules. I loved him switching the tag rope. I was crying laughing as he undid both tag ropes and went and re-hooked them on opposite corners. I was crying laughing at that. And then there's just all the other shit, that went with the match. So that's gonna go for segment for me. And I guess I initially meant to talk about this last because I wrote epilogue. WCW will officially become its own brand before Survivor Series. Because I know I keep mentioning that, but it is going to change a lot.
Hey,
And
we're in a different world now.
yeah, we're gonna see a lot of people leave, and we're gonna see a lot of people get brought in because someone's got to take these spots. So we got to figure out some new things, and we're gonna take a fucking weird direction in the early '90s when it comes to creative. But don't worry, man, just hang in there because it's gonna get better. It's gonna get awesome. But I think we still have some really good Hogan years left here. We're actually gonna get like some crazy new faces within the next few years.
Okay, good, good. I'm glad to
But
hear that.
I think the first WCW one we should watch should be Starcade. So
What year is that?
um, it would be out. So it would be it's this year, but I would say we do Survivor Series next, and then between Survivor Series and the Royal Rumble we do Starcade '88.
Okay, that sounds good to me.
And I'm really interested to know like um what your take is on seeing like the WCW style, and then your reaction to some of the people that may have jumped ship between uh you know WrestleMania 1 when we started this and now.
Yeah, I'm gonna be upset, but I'm only upset because they're not on my main favorite show. But it's okay because I understand opportunity and money talk. So
Yeah, I was about to say, just know that as sad as you are for them not being on the show you're watching, know that they're probably making more money than they ever made in their life.
on the
So
show that I love,
yeah,
yeah,
things are going great for you, or for them, for the wrestlers you enjoy.
yeah. But yeah, that's it for our review of SummerSlam 1988, the first ever one. Next, like you just mentioned, we're gonna review Survivor Series 1988. This will be the second one of that. Runtime for that, it's 2 hours and 33 minutes. Basically the same
Thank
as this one,
God.
right?
Thank God. I
Uh,
hope it's better than last Survivor Series, dude. That one was rough.
I'm pretty sure this Survivor Series is going to be on another Thanksgiving. It says November 24th, 1988 in Ohio, the Richfield
So
Township.
the main event is the Mega Powers, a team captained by the Mega Powers versus a team captained by the Twin Towers,
Okay.
which is
Andre
Akeem
and who?
and the Big Boss Man.
Oh, I was dead wrong. I thought it was going to be Andre and some other tall person.
Okay, so the Mega Powers are Hulk Hogan, Randy Savage, holy shit, Hercules, Coco Beware, and Hillbilly Jim. And then the Twin Towers are Akeem, who is that's you'll see, never mind. Akeem, the Big Boss Man, Ted DiBiase, King Haku, and the Red Rooster.
What? I'm excited.
I'm something. I'm I'm intrigued. I'm
Hercules is a
aware.
good guy?
Yeah, what the fuck? That is the big that's the big weird takeaway I'm getting from reading that.
Yeah, that is weird.
I didn't look at the rest of the card because I didn't want to like spoil but I think the undercard is just 3 other Survivor Series matches.
Oh, so it's same as last one. 4, 5-on-5
Yeah,
matches.
there are 4 matches, yeah.
No women's this time?
No.
Interesting. That'd be like 3. They weren't at WrestleMania 4. They weren't at SummerSlam, and now they're not at
Yeah, the last time we
32.
saw him was the Royal Rumble, right?
Yeah, the Jumping Bomb Angels won the tag team
Yeah,
championship.
and that wasn't even a pay-per-view. That was just a network special designed to put fucking Jim Crockett out of business. It worked. It worked.
Yep, we're done here, and we will see you at Survivor Series.
Bye.